Hello, and welcome to volume 356. I'm Mark Graves, just a regular guy fighting prostate cancer. I'm glad to have you along for the ride. Just a really quick update. I went to see my urologist yesterday. I got my injection of Lupron, which I get every 3 months. And so they always run blood tests when I first get there. So I got the results of that. And it was funny because the results came back and it said the PSA level was less than 0.014. So it's been going down progressively over the last year. And it's funny because I share it with my buddies and we get all excited about it and laugh. It means nothing. Anything less than, 1.0 or 0.1, I can't even get that right, means it's not detectable. So anything below that doesn't matter. It's just, I guess it's the whims of the machine that's testing it that day, but it's just fun. So anyways, another 3 month Lupron shot taken. And just an update too on this. I know it's been so out of mind, I haven't even mentioned it, but the hot flashes are almost gone. I mean, I'm not sure what to attribute that to. As you guys know how bad it was in the past. I was just sitting there breaking out in sweats. It was terrible. I was having worse ones than Kelly was having. But boy, I still get them, but the majority on an average day, I don't feel them. It's not like it used to be where I get the really heavy duty ones. Sometimes in the middle of the night, I still get them and I'll wake up. But I have my air conditioner in there, so I just boop, hit the button, cools me down, and away we go. So that's an extremely good thing. I was sitting around the other day thinking about all of the stuff that I've been healed from. And of course, I attribute all that to God and to the drugs. And God made the doctors and the scientists who made the drugs. So ultimately, God did it. Um, but it's interesting. I even forget all of the things that I had. Remember the neuropathy that I had when I first got home from the hospital and couldn't feel my feet? And this is the trip after I almost died, made it back, and then had COVID on top of that. But yeah, like even with the COVID, got over that, had glass lung after that for a while, COPD, couldn't breathe, all of that gone, cleared up. I mean, it's amazing. After smoking for 35 years, I quit in 2017. Every year, usually around January, February, I get a CT scan of my lungs, and I have two little nodules, two little tiny things that have not grown since 2017. So they're looking pretty good. Uh, but it's weird. I just forget about it. And just an update on how things are going right now. PSA, as I said, is looking good. Testosterone is non-detectable. Good or bad, depending on how you look at it. For life, it sucks, but for what I need, it's excellent. Doing really well. Uh, Joint pain, muscle pain, just the usual. It was funny. I was talking to a friend the other day, and he was not aware of what. I mean, I look good, right? I look healthy. I mean, I don't look like really there's anything wrong with me. And I was just telling him, I said, if you could see the inside of my body, it's like having a decent car. It looks nice on the outside. You got a recent wax job on it. It looks nice and clean. Open it up, and it's petrified McDonald's French fries in the back, and the upholstery's falling out, and you know looking terrible. Uh, yeah, that's kind of how I feel a lot of times. The outside's not doing that bad. The hair's coming back. Look at that, growing in. Um, but the inside, yeah, lots of joint pain, lots of bone pain, um, muscle fatigue, just fatigue in general. But anyways, I'm so blessed. I don't complain on a daily basis. It makes it really nice. Wake up in the morning and say my prayers, and Holy Spirit gets me through the day, and it just is what it is. It's weird. May is going to be 6 years since I got diagnosed, and I just a lot of times don't even think about it. I mean, it's not something I don't wake up every morning and go, "Oh, I got cancer. I got another day with cancer." I mean, yeah, it does pop into my mind because things hurt, things are sore. I don't have the strength I used to. That's a tough one to get used to. Part of that's from getting older, but the majority of that is, because of the drugs that I've been on that have just reduced my muscle mass. When you don't have testosterone, man, it just disappears. See, I can't even snap like that. Um, but I have started working on walking farther, and that's the part that's frustrating. It's like hanging out with my buddies, and they have to wait for me. We go to the desert, I get tired out really quick, and not so bad when we go to the lake because a lot of times the lake we're just sitting there in the chairs sleeping basically out of the island. But yeah, it's rough. Um, Not being able to have the energy that I wish I had, being able to take as many steps as I do during the day. But I'm working on it. Giving it my best shot. So, anyways, things are going well. The Lupron will continue every 3 months. I get those. Just as a side note, the suprapubic catheter that I have, I started taking. I took Gemtesa when I first got it, and there is no what do they call it, generic for Gemtesa. It's a bit on the pricey side. It's about $150 a month, and so I stopped taking it a while back. I just like, nah, I don't want to pay for this anymore. So I stopped taking it and didn't make the connection. I didn't put two and two together, but I started. There was always blood in my urine, huge clots. My catheters were getting plugged up, just all kinds of crud I had to go through with that. And then talked to the doctor about it. He's like, well, have you thought about going back on the Gemtesa? So I said, all right, give it a shot. So I went back on the Gemtesa middle of last year, maybe a little past July. And it was funny because, things happen slowly. You don't pay any attention. And Kelly happened to mention the other day, she goes, you know what? It's been a while since there's been any blood in your urine. And I got thinking about it. I go, you're right. So I've had, nice clear urine, no blood clots, not even the sediment that I used to get. Because I have an overnight bag that's a 2,000 milliliter that I use at night while I'm sleeping, which means I don't have to get up and go pee in the middle of the night. Ha ha. Silver linings, right? So when I get up in the morning, that used to be blood. And you could see all the clots floating around in there and this sediment. And it's like liquid cotton balls. I mean, best way I can describe it. It was really weird. But that's all gone. Man, nice and clear. Everything's good. So now we got the contractions down. The problem that I was having before, where the bladder was constantly squeezing, like you got to go, got to go, got to go. And I guess with having the catheter laying in there and the squeezing on it, that's what was irritating the bladder and causing all of the blood and the clots and that kind of stuff, and the sediment and everything. So that's looking good, looking pretty good. So what we're going to give another shot this year is to see if we can work on how far I can go, how long I can go without a bag on, just trying to hold my urine on my own. It is a little difficult because I got a hole in my bladder. I mean, a hole in my belly. So if it's kind of like if you had a soda bottle and there's a hole right here and you try to put this much in it, it's going to, go out the whole path of least resistance, which is the hole in my abdomen. So it is a little tricky to try and work on that. But what we'll do is go through the night, I'll go without the bag and see how long I can actually sleep before I got to get up and go. But anyway, so that's my goal for this year. I really want to try and get this catheter out of me and get back to having life without that. It would be pretty nice. So anyways, hope you guys are having an amazing new year. I can't believe we're into February already. I'm still toying with the idea of throwing up some fun videos of things that I've done. My buddy Scott and I went to Quartzsite, Arizona 3 weeks ago. Just for 10 years, we've been telling each other, hey, they have this humongous RV show in Quartzsite, Arizona. There's a ton of people who live off the grid that live out there on BLM land. And we stopped there one time coming back from a trip in Arizona and said, we should come back and spend some time. So we did. And oh my gosh, we stayed. You've heard the term flea bag hotel. This gave fleas a bad name. It was horrendous. And so, of course, when I got back, then I started thinking, I really should have videoed more while we were out there. So I think I'm going to give that a shot and see what happens and just post up some videos, and probably what I'll do is make a side channel to this one, but it'll just be like, hey, cancer's not slowing you down. So yeah, pretty jazzed. But anyways, thank you so much for watching the videos. I appreciate it. I know I don't ask very often, but if there's anything in this that made you smile or anything you liked at all, hit the little thumbs up button if you would. It really helps the channel a lot and builds up the algorithm. And I know that everybody says that, but it's true. It makes it so that more people can find the channel. So I would greatly appreciate that. As always, I thank you so much for all of the prayers, the good thoughts, the aloha, the shaka, the good juju that you guys put out into the universe for me. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. And please know, I pray for all of you every day. And I pray for the people that support you as well. So thanks for watching. Have a great day. And I will talk to you in the next video. I love you.